Okay, so it has been a few days since I uploaded the video of the Starbrite waterproofing. I did re-douse one of my pairs of shoes, but I could not tell the difference. So one of them is double protected and one of them is just shit out of luck. So I did douse my my shoelaces for both. I submerged them as you saw in the last video, or maybe you didn't. If you didn't, you should go check it out. And they smell so potently, even after days. When I threaded these through, when I put the shoelaces into the shoe, the liquid just squeezed out like a tube of toothpaste. It just was like, it just saturated my hands. So if you do submerge material items, like shoelaces or something like that, make sure that you squeeze out the extra, otherwise it will just sit in there and wait for you to put your hands on it, and then you're like, oh, now I smell, and you have to go wash your hands. And I figured out what it reminded me of smell like. It reminded me of mineral spirits, but it did not mess up my floor. I did spill a lot, and I looked back on the video and I watched as I just splattered it all around me, and it picked up without a problem. So just so you know, this is like that plastic flooring, so it just sat on top until I wiped it away. But I did wear my shoes, and if I stood long enough, I smelled like I was holding this open for others to smell too. So at first I was like, okay, it'll just kind of like air out after a while. It takes a while. It takes a long while for these to air out. Like, I couldn't smell them sitting here, but walking around with them on my feet, the scent soaked into my socks. So when I pulled the socks off after wearing the shoes for several hours, they smelled like it too. So make sure that you are giving them a good amount of time to air out properly. Squeeze out any additional liquid that is still a part of the item. And I did waterproof an umbrella that we had. I have not gotten to anything else because I'm a procrastinator. But you can see where I pulled the shoelaces out of the tub. There's a clear texture difference, and it dried up on where it sat around the shoelaces. So I could probably wash this and clean out a lot of it, but it's pretty much there, I do believe. So it's a good thing I cleaned up the floor when I did. But yeah, we are gonna go outside and we're gonna test the resiliency of the umbrella today. And yeah, I really wanted to put these shoes on, but I don't want to smell. So I think I'm just gonna wear my other ones that are just like these, but like brown, and just continue to sacrifice those to my contracting experimental gods. So they're very potent. So I think these are more potent because okay, these were the double treated ones. That is why they are so strong, because I can't smell these. These were the one, so okay, that makes sense. All right, so these do not smell. They might smell a little bit, but I haven't worn them. So one time treated doesn't smell very potent, but when you do go back and double treat them, it sticks around for a while. So I'm gonna put these down and come back to them. But they did stay relatively clean, and I can wipe the dirt away really easily. but I don't know how waterproof they actually are. I have not stepped in a puddle of water and hoped for the best or anything, and I don't really want to. But if I do, I will come back and share the experience with you and let you know how much it sucks or doesn't. But this is the only product I've actually tried so far for waterproofing outside of foundation waterproofing, where I used a lot of different products and I don't remember what most of them are, except for the tar, which is pretty straightforward because it's just sloppy tar and it takes forever to dry out, and if you don't apply it at certain temperatures it cracks or it stays soupy for longer periods. So that's all I got for that. There is another product I'm going to try out, but it's really expensive. It's a 2-step product, but it's so expensive. Like for half of a gallon, it's going to cost me like $140. But I'm really curious because the YouTube links are fascinating. Like they sealed this one guy, like not him, like that'd be super dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. But like all of the clothing, and I wish, like I could kind of tell from watching the video that they told who had the sealed clothing and who didn't, and I really wish, I'm looking at my son Brody right now, I really wish that they had not told them, so that way both of them could be like, oh, maybe it's me or maybe it's not, and they just dumped muddy water at them. They just threw a huge bucket of muddy water. One guy just clean as a whistle, and the other guy was like, oh, and it was great, and I loved it so much, and I really wish they'd done that differently. But it's a really great looking product. It's just really expensive, so I'm gonna try to figure out what I would want to have sealed in that capacity, and it's probably going to be another pair of shoes, like maybe some hiking boots or something, but I don't know how it's gonna work if I were to try to treat these shoes again. So I may start with a fresh pair because I don't know chemically how it may mix and not adhere to the product, but it's okay. It's not really okay. Thanks. Appreciate it, Bug. So I will get back to that at a certain point, but so there are going to be more to come when it comes to the waterproofing videos. I don't know why I have such an odd obsession with it. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, so I treated this, I saturated it, even more so than I did my shoes because I figure it'll have more exposure. So oh, that looks nice. Look at that go. That's awesome. Alright, spin it. Spin it like you're in a musical. I don't know how to spin it like you're doing great. You're doing great. Alright, let me stop. It worked other than the fact that you shot up here and it sprayed and hit me on the head. Oh no, that was oh, okay. It's great. It's good. I did have to I just like tried to wipe the umbrella. I mean, it's really wet, but it worked out really well. It's a lot better than it was when I first used it, and it just makes it dry easier. In the eye. Well, it was a little anticlimactic, but yeah, when I get to using the other products, I'll make some more videos. Thanks for watching, guys.